I'm Nicole Guillaume with Slow Cooker Yum, and in this video I am going to show you how to make my world's famous taco turkey chili. It's a very simple recipe and I know that you and your family are going to love it. It's perfect if you're wanting to move on to a low fat or low calorie diet, and it's also great comfort food for those cold rainy days. So these are the different things that you are going to need for your turkey taco chili. So let me show you what you're going to need. First of all, of course, you're going to need some ground turkey. So we've got that right here, and this is 2.5 pounds. When we buy turkey or any type of meats, we tend to go to Costco or Sam's Club. We buy them in bulk, so of course they end up giving us the larger quantities. So you're going to start off with your 2 pounds of ground turkey. Next I have about half a cup of chopped onions and half a cup of a chopped red bell pepper. You're also going to need a half a cup of taco seasoning mix. Now if you don't have taco seasoning mix, you can use chili. It'll work just as good. I prefer the taco seasoning mix just because I think it tastes a little bit better. So again, personal preference. You're going to need 2 cans of diced tomatoes. This one is the spicy red pepper. Just adds a little bit of spice and flavor to your chili, but you don't have to use that if you don't want to. You can easily use 2 regular cans of diced tomatoes. So this one is, let's see, how big is this? I want to say 14.5 ounces. So you're going to need 2 cans of that, and then you need 2 cans of corn. So corn just offers a nice texture. And the next thing you will need is 1 can of chili beans. So I got that one right there. And then 1 can of kidney beans. So, you know, feel free to mix and match with all of these. Like if you want to add another bean instead of adding 2 corns, you can do that. If you don't like kidney beans, you can just add 2 chili beans or vice versa. So feel free to play with this, guys. So these are the ingredients I will be using for the taco chili. But first of all, we need to go ahead and brown this ground beef. So let's get to it. Okay, so I said ground beef, but what I actually meant was ground turkey. So you can use ground beef if you want to, of course, but it's a personal preference. I use ground turkey because by the time you add all the good stuff to it, you can't really tell the difference between it being turkey or beef. So first thing you're going to do is spray your pan. Remember to do that with the oven off. There's people out there who will actually spray their pan with oil when their oven is on, and that is a good way to start a fire, and we don't want that today. So that's what you're gonna do, and go ahead and turn on your oven, and I have it about medium high. So then you just get your turkey, your ground turkey, put it right on in there. Sounds like it's still a little frozen. Oops. And then you just begin to cook it up. Okay, so this is about how your ground turkey or ground beef should be. You want to make sure that it's browned thoroughly and completely, and that there is no pink or red left in your pan of meat. So just make sure that before you turn off the stove that you go through it really good to make sure you don't have any pink or red pieces of meat lurking in there. So just, you know, cut some open and everything's looking good. So we're going to move on to the next step in our turkey taco chili. So our meat is all browned. We've cooked our ground beef, our ground turkey completely through, so it's completely brown. There's no pink spots in it. And so now what we've done is we've gone ahead and we've just put everything together in the crock pot, or I'm sorry, in the slow cooker. So all we have to do now is just kind of mix everything up really good. Whoops! I forgot to put the bell pepper and the onions in. Whoops. I tried to angle the camera so you couldn't see that I was actually wearing sweats, but since I've been moving around, you can kind of see that I've been wearing sweats while cooking chili, but that's all right. That's okay. So put the taco seasonings in there, and now you just want to make sure you mix everything up really, really, really good. So you can see how thick this chili is going to be. And if you are making the same chili, you'll notice that it already smells amazing. The chili beans, the kidney beans, the ground beef, or the ground turkey, whichever you're using, plus the onions, the bell pepper, and the taco seasonings all smell amazing together. All right, so that looks pretty good. So now we're just gonna put the top back on. Okay, so we of course want to plug in our crock pot because it doesn't work very well if you don't plug it in. I don't know why that is. So plug in your crock pot. And because everything is already cooked, we can just set it on low. So go ahead and set your crock pot to low. Slow cooker, slow cooker, slow cooker. I gotta say slow cooker because crock pot is a brand and I have a slow cooker, not a crock pot. So General Electric slow cooker, whatever you have works fine. Crock pot, slow cooker, just, you know, it's all good. So anyhow, since everything is already cooked, you can go ahead and set this to low. You can set it on high if you want to, but because everything's already cooked, there's no reason to do that. Really what we are wanting to do is slow cook everything so that all of the natural flavors and everything just come together. And typically when you slow cook things, I don't know why, it just tastes so much better. So, you know, it just gives the flavor time to just kind of, you know, meld together. And, you know, my mouth is watering just thinking about the chili and smelling it, even though it's not even done. So go ahead and set it to low and it'll be ready in about 4 to 6 hours. And here we go. Here is the finished product. So that is some good looking chili over there. So I actually ended up adding a little more water to it and a little more taco seasoning just because it was getting a little too thick with all the water evaporating. So there you go, guys. That is how you make taco turkey chili. Enjoy!